I would like to introduce to you Ms. Haley George. She's a 7-year-old daughter of Robbie and Beth George, and the sister of 4-year-old Eli, which is sitting back in the back of the room. She is a second grade student from Miss Leslie Evans' class at Westmoreland Elementary School. Haley has been taking piano lessons for the past year. She's very active in Kids Zone's children ministry at Lakeside Church of God of Prophecy. And in her spare time, she loves all things princess and mermaid. I have asked Miss Haley to come tonight as we want to promote our Easter egg hunt for our children in our city. This is the second annual Easter egg hunt that we've had, and Miss Jamie here is taking that project on and doing such a wonderful job with it. Last year, at our first one, she had 336 children attend. She is trying to double that this year. It's her goal, and it will be at Ricky Woodard Park Saturday afternoon at 2:30 p.m. It's presented by the City of Westmoreland, and CODA is sponsoring it, and Miss Jamie is doing all of the work. She's gone out. She has gathered thousands of Easter eggs, and her team have stuffed them, and there's prizes, and we need to collect a lot more before Saturday gets here. And should the weather not cooperate, then we will move it to the next Saturday, the 26th, I believe is the date. So, if you'd all stand with me for just a moment. Bow with me, please. Lord, our Father in heaven, we thank you for this day, for many blessings that you've bestowed upon us. We thank you, Lord, that we live in a republic where we can have a democratic form of government, and we ask you, Lord, to just keep your hand upon us tonight. Lord, as we make the decisions that affect our city and the future of our citizens, just like these children here today, we ask that we be bold in the steps that we take with your guidance in hand. We thank you, Lord. We ask you, Lord, to bless all of our firefighters, EMS workers, and police officers, and we thank you for keeping them safe, as well as our folks that are abroad and here at home in our military. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Ms. Haley, would you lead us in the pledge, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Haley, you can start this meeting. You may be seated. Give her a big hand. I'm going to do one other thing before we get started. Chris Carter is here tonight. We're doing something that hasn't been done before. I got him here under the premise that we were going to be discussing a picnic for our city employees, which that is going to be discussed, but maybe not tonight, Chris. If you'll come up here.
No.
Jerry looked at what was happening the first of the year, and as mayor, I said, what are some of the things that I want to do? And one of the things that, turn around here, Chris, doesn't have to see. I wanted to try to reward the folks that are keeping this city going. Chris will soon be celebrating 30 years with this town. He's been out worked all night. He's worked weekends. 30 years is a long time to be doing that. We're going to have a celebration later this year. But I say all that to say, Chris, we appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And I wanted you to come tonight because I am starting my first quarter of 2016 with an employee of the quarter. And I want you to know you're the first.
Well, thank you.
City of Westmoreland, Tennessee, employee of the quarter, first quarter 2016, Mr. Chris Carter of our Public Works Department. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, sir. You got something?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Just look at the Irish right there.
Miss Kelly, you can call the roll.
Edward Spitzy,
Here.
Brian Fawn,
Here.
Richard Klein,
Present.
Michelle Carpenter. Here. David Lee.
Councilman Leaf is in Virginia tonight at a very monumental occasion with his family. So he expressed his concern that he would not be here, but we fully understand. So wish him safe travels. Let the record reflect that we have enough members for a quorum and the meeting will proceed. The next item will be to adopt an agenda. And let me say, but before we start and talk about the agenda, I am going to reserve the right to, if our attorney shows up, for us to go into a special executive session with him at the end of this meeting. So we will suspend the meeting to go into executive session. So we'll go ahead and proceed.
Make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt the agenda. Any other questions or concerns? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? Passes unanimous. Having no public comments listed, we will move on to the minutes of the February 18th, 2016 meeting.
Make a motion to accept as read.
Second.
We have a motion and a proper second to accept the minutes as read. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? Passes unanimously. Old business, we will discuss the corner of Fleetwood Drive and Pleasant Grove Road with Mr. Jack Stafford. It is my understanding that a couple of options have been discussed. Mr. Stafford is here, and he knows what he would like to do or have us to do. If you would like to step forward.
Sir.
We had one councilman that discussed possibly putting a ditch in, and we have discussed a guardrail. It's my understanding that we have some guardrail. I'm not sure how good of a condition that it is in, but we I don't know if the council has any more questions they want to ask, but
I'm open. Do y'all have any questions? I'll be glad to talk to you. Any. Seriously. What do you want? What I want is safety, and that's a guardrail.
But I mean, part of the guardrail, the ditch, it's your option.
No, sir. Guardrail, because now I'm just using common sense. I don't know if that's allowed anymore, but if you got a ditch, you get in that joker, and it's gonna be in there 60, 70, 80 times a day. They're gonna go one way or the other. They're gonna go either right or they're gonna go left to correct. Well, right is my yard, my garage, and my shed, and my garden. They better not miss my garden. And left, they're gonna hit another vehicle to get out of that ditch. So, to me, no-brainer. It's a no-brainer that a guardrail would be more effective and safe me insurance. I'm just saying.
Mr. Farley, is there anything you'd like to add?
You know, looked at it after we met at the work study, looked at the option of the ditch. I think that would create a drainage issue and probably really wouldn't help the situation very
You would
much.
not help it.
It would be my recommendation either to bring his bank out and cover it or go with the guardrail, which I think we can do. And I did talk to a friend at the state. They have some pieces as well, so I think we can get him a pretty decent guardrail up there on some 66
I would like a
posts.
guardrail. That's the safest bet.
That would be
really.
my recommendation.
Yes, sir.
Put that in form of a motion.
I'll
Put a
second it.
guardrail up.
I'll second it.
Mr. Klein, thank you. Gentlemen, ladies.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the installation of a guardrail at the corner of Fleetwood Drive and Pleasant Grove Road. Any more discussion?
Per code requirements, per
code requirements. Very good.
specifications.
Hey, Tim, there is a service line that runs down the side of that road right there too.
We'll have to look at all that. We'll have to look at everything and
Mhm.
make sure
The
it
water
plays
line,
properly.
the water line runs in front of the water meter right there, but it's on up,
Because we'll have to go a minimum of 2.5 feet deep with posts.
yeah. It's pretty deep though.
You know, you'll hit the water, you'll hit the service line 2.5 foot deep easy.
It probably ain't gonna flood.
No, with it 18 inches, it's a service line that goes underneath that church.
What if you come back this way a little bit?
We can, I mean, are you gonna stop school bus traffic going, I mean, school buses too, because they can't, if you put a guardrail up there, I don't know where you plan on putting it, but I don't know that you can make that turn with a school bus or with much of anything. It's kind of a bad place right there, period, I mean.
It's a bad place, period, but it's gotta be something there.
You got a
I mean,
27,
whatever, y'all just tell me, I mean,
Yeah.
you got a 27-foot open there, which exceeds state recommendations on 31, so I don't see.
I
I say
think
we look at it and try to make it work. If we run into a problem, then we'll address it from there, and that would be the understanding
that would
with
be,
you as
yeah,
well.
but I try hard for a guardrail, because that's the most safest way anyway. It really is.
Okay, any more discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Kelly, if you could call the vote.
Michelle Carpenter, Yes. Ricky Klein,
Yes.
Brian Smalling,
Yes.
Howard Spenske.
Yes.
Have a good day.
Thank you very much,
Let
Mr.
the record
Stanton.
reflect that the motion carries unanimously. Under new business, it's on the agenda to hire Michael Tenpenny as a full-time officer.
Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate the opportunity to speak. I'd like to present to you before today is Michael Tenpenny. He has a wonderful background that he brings in EMS and law enforcement. He shows a tremendous way of working here. He shows a tremendous interest. His family runs here in Westmoreland. His bloodline does. Michael is not an officer that is looking to come to Westmoreland as a stepping stone and go somewhere else. This is a place where he wants to have his career, and I believe the Westmoreland Police Department is in need of officers that want to be here and they want to work in their community. And I believe he'd make a wonderful officer. I know he'd make a wonderful officer. He will have to go to the academy. Spoke to the academy, and the next academy class will be in August. But we can make arrangements for, Michael has a lot of training. He has over 180 hours of training, and he's been receiving his 40 hours training. So he could be a tremendous help to the department. And I would greatly recommend him to the police department, and he would be a wonderful help to the city.
Okay. Go ahead.
I know he just stated that you don't have any plans to go anywhere, but we do have to remind you that it is, what, 2 years?
2-year contract.
2-year contract, stay with City of
That would be
Westmoreland,
acceptable.
so. But besides that, I'll make a motion to hire him and send him to the academy come August.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a proper second. Any other discussion? He does know the pay scale.
Yes, sir, he does.
Always ask that. Okay. Hearing no other questions, we'll call for the vote.
Ricky Klein,
Yes.
Brian Smalling.
Yes.
Caleb Savitsky.
Yes.
Michelle Carpenter.
Yes.
Let the record reflect that it passes unanimously. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Officer Tenpenny. Don't walk away without shaking his hand.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate Mike.
Congratulations.
Next item is to promote Officer David Langston to sergeant. Right?
Ladies and gentlemen, again, I thank you. David Langston, Officer Langston, comes from North Carolina. His family's here, his family works here. Officer Langston has been a tremendous help to me and to the department. He was an investigator with the North Carolina where he worked as a law enforcement officer. He was also an evidence technician. So been a great help. He has been helping me out with the cars, keeping them in track, keeping them in line. And currently, he's assigned to third shift. And there is no actual supervision on third shift. I've been having to actually try to keep track of what's going on thirds. And it's kind of hard. We really do need supervision on thirds. And I would like to recommend to promote Officer David Langston to the rank of sergeant. This way, I can rest easy at night. We can all rest easy at night that he is keeping the policy and procedures and the policy and procedures of the city intact.
With that said, it's an honor to do this. I want to make a motion to make David Langston sergeant.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a proper second. Any other discussion? And does Officer Langston know the pay scale?
Yeah, they've been here for a while.
Okay, hearing no discussion, Ms. Kelly, if you call for vote.
Brian Smalling.
Yes.
Caleb Savitsky.
Yes.
Michelle Carpenter.
Yes.
Ricky Klein.
Yes.
Congratulations, it looks like it's unanimous.
Thank you.
Like if you turn around, they be proud.
I would have been honored to take care of this, but I didn't bring a step stool with me.
Congratulations, Sarge. I'd like to introduce Sergeant Langston.
Thanks, sir.
Congrats. Good work, sir.
Next item that we have is the code red. I'm going to make the recommendation that we put that off until the work study so we can actually decide what part of the budget that is going to come out of. If that's acceptable with the council, you may have to make a motion on it to defer it.
Make a motion to defer it to the work study.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor of deferring Code Red to the work study, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? Let the record reflect it passes unanimously. Grant for fire department employee Mark Jenkins. Okay, we have that information, and a lot of it was just handed out, so we haven't had the opportunity to look at that. Does anyone want to speak to it very briefly, or just go ahead and defer to the work study? Okay. Motion on that?
Motion to defer to work study. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to defer the grant for the fire department. Any other discussion?
Just one question, is the deadline supposed to be March 25th for it?
I believe you're right on that.
So if we defer it to the next work study, this is gonna really open discussions for next year rather than this year.
That's good.
Okay, the grant, you have more information on this grant
I've
than
looked-
anyone else
I've looked at
does.
a lot of it.
You want to speak to it briefly?
Well, I was hoping Mark would be here to answer some questions about the commitment long-term.
You need to withdraw the motion to defer, it's not debatable. You need to withdraw the motion in a second if you're gonna be
I
talking
withdraw
about
it.
it.
Motion.
Okay,
I'll withdraw too. So,
thank you.
of course, Mark's not here to discuss the long-term finances of this grant, so we almost have to defer it. I mean, even though we're gonna miss the deadline, it'd give us another year or 2 years to prepare for it.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like something, since it's, a 2-year grant, and then we take on responsibility at that point for the employees. I mean, in my opinion, it's just something we'd need to plan anyway, so
Yes.
I have to agree with Brian on that,
And this
unfortunately.
is yearly. This grant, if I'm not mistaken, is a yearly grant.
I didn't figure like that.
So we have another year to prepare for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can discuss it at the work study, but we're gonna miss the deadline. If we all agree on that, I guess that's okay.
Chief, you want to speak to it?
You want me to give him a call and see what he says? I mean, like I said, I've been away for a while, kind of catching up.
Okay. Mark's concern is a 2-year grant, and he wanted to make sure that we can make the commitment to fulfill it and keep it going.
Right.
He actually told me that if we felt like we couldn't make that commitment, that he would rather not proceed with it at this point.
Yeah, no, we did discuss that. We did not want to get into the point where our firefighters would quit their job now,
Right.
Yeah.
take on this job, 2 years, be out of work.
Right.
And we was wanting a commitment that it would be there right after the grant is complete, that y'all wouldn't say, sorry, we ain't got the money for it.
I think.
I don't think we
I
can
think
make that kind of
CJ
commitment.
I think CJ wants to say something still.
Curtis.
Curtis, I'm sorry.
I did briefly hear him talk on the grant. He stated that before he would like to see it put into motion, he would like to see the city pass some sort of ordinance stating that we can't drop back below that level of fire protection after it's put into play.
I don't think we can make that kind of commitment without.
A motion to defer is in order. You can defer it indefinitely and bring it back up when it's appropriate.
Okay, I make a motion, we defer it.
A second.
Okay. Have a motion and a second to defer. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll ask for the vote.
Michelle Carpenter.
Yes.
Rudy Vaughn.
Yes.
Brian Smalling.
Yes.
Terry Spencer.
Yes.
Let the record reflect the motion carries unanimously. Next item on the agenda is the pump module and filters. This is a rebuild module for what was in pumping station number 1. And once that is completed, filter kit to bring it back up. This will be when the one that went out, we happen to have a backup. My only question, will that one be the one to go back into one, or will you just keep it out?
Keep that one for backup.
Okay.
So the one we put in station 1 was a new one that we had rebuilt probably a month ago, I guess. And we're actually short of pump in station 3, but it's working good on the 2 pumps in there. So really the one that's out that we put in station 1 goes to station 3.
Oh, okay.
But it was working good with 2 pumps, so we just put it in the shop and just left it there in case, this happened. And we got lucky because it happened and we had it sitting there. If we went down any time, we could change them out that day and it was good.
Okay.
What's the cost for that module and filter?
$6,300. I think I had it to work, Cody, but I
Yeah.
think it's $6,300 for everything. Yeah. Which is, I know that's high, but that's better than $20,000 for a whole
Yeah.
set.
I've got it
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
And like I said, really, truly, we're probably about a pump short. If we got that one, we got exactly what we need, but no extras. But as long as that station's doing good and we're fixing to get in drier weather again, I think we can get by with 2 pumps down there. So we'll just put that one up in the shop, and if something happens anywhere in town, we can change them out and not be down
Okay.
not have any downtime.
And that money's coming from,
You come from the sewer.
The one that's got no money in it, it's gonna come from that one.
oh, me.
Y'all can find some where it come from,
Yeah, we was doing pretty good, but
Yeah.
$14,000 bill came in for the Ridgecrest and
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
the other one.
That's something we're going to look at budget time too, is up in the pump budget a little bit, because when we've got, they just ain't enough there. To take care of that, which we've had a bad year too with pumps. It's just, we're keeping them serviced, we're keeping them, trying to, keep them going, but they just ain't.
We got this covered?
Like I said, do you know
They
offhand
did
how
that
many
work-
we've
that work
replaced?
study.
No, man,
Yeah.
it kind of like I said, it was just a bad
It's gonna be
time
about
last
it.
year and this year both has been, all of our pumps was up to about a 15 or 20 years that they had been in, so it was just
All of them.
bad time, yeah, it was just bad timing.
I'm looking forward to getting that spreadsheet I asked you about,
Yeah.
so I can start following on.
Yeah.
Keeping up with them. Okay, any other discussion? I'll call for the vote.
Did we get a motion?
But I don't know if maybe I'm getting ahead of myself.
I'll make a motion to purchase the pump, the kit and everything that's needed to rebuild the pump from Station 1.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Okay.
Now we can discuss.
Michelle,
And I second.
I'll second it. And that's gotta be getting very, very close to the end of the amount that we have, even for emergencies now. so.
Well, we don't have to have that right now, but we're gonna have to have it. I don't know if we'll have to have it this week or 2 months from now or when, but you're gonna have to have it. Either way, because if you get one goes down, you're just down. Especially with Station 1, if you have a pump go down right there, that whole station's down, because it can't keep up with what's there. They're having to run, that one pump runs 24 hours a day right now. So that helps burn them up. But we can't, we're not finding anything out there that's pulling vacuum, and it's just overworked. They don't have any time to cool off. Y'all been in that station too, it's hot, especially if it can get even hotter. So, it's just, like I said, But it ain't something that we absolutely got to have, but it is kind of something that we absolutely got to have too. I
Got to
mean,
have them.
Pretty much got to have it.
we're working without it right now, but if something happens, we'll be down.
If you didn't have to have it, it wouldn't be on this agenda.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second, so ready for the vote.
Ricky Klein,
Yes.
Brian Smalling.
Yes.
Caleb Savitsky,
Yes.
Michelle Carpenter.
Yes.
Motion reflect the motion carried. It carries unanimously. Okay, the next item is the testing stations. We just received the information on those. We're gonna have to look at that budget a lot closer to work study, so
Right.
I would ask.
And if it's something that we need to put on next year or something, we can sample out of houses right now. We just want to get away from that as soon as possible, because I mean, you don't want to go to people's houses and grab samples all the time. So we would like to go to this, but if need be, we can put that to the next budget, if it has to be something like that.
Chris came, I think he was kinda wanting to say something about it too. You wanna talk now, Chris, or you wanna wait till work study?
That's all right.
Okay.
He's been doing the sampling for the last.
Yeah, he was wanting to put in a plug for the sampler, so.
Yeah,
And I understand that too.
yeah.
Do I hear a motion to defer?
Motion.
Do it.
Motion to defer.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to defer the testing stations to the work study. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? Let the record show that it passes unanimously to defer. The next item is to bring Jackie Farley back full-time with the raise that was said. Really, I don't know why that's on here. It was passed at the last meeting.
Well,
so-
I thought about that after I left. I was thinking it was too, but I just wanted to be sure everybody knew.
Okay.
If you need a motion, I'll make it.
No, it was,
Okay.
it's just, unless he's got his 90 days in, I think, today.
I think it is today,
Uh,
yeah.
If not today, tomorrow, because of a short, maybe a short February, but, I mean, you voted his raise and everything last time, the pay and everything, so I think we're okay.
All right. Appreciate it.
Y'all have done a wonderful job out there with all the snow
Thank
and
you.
ice, so thank you all.
Y'all doing a good job, guys.
Appreciate it.
On recording the council meetings, I have contacted Volunteer State Community College Video Services Department. We're working on that as we speak, so I don't have anything to present to the council, so we'll bring that back up at the work study. Next item is the mayor's mileage.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Most thorough report ever.
Yeah, he does pretty good with that.
We need footsteps next month.
Okay.
don't believe we did.
I don't think we did. We skipped
I
it.
marked it off, went right past.
Real bad.
Okay,
Well-
we'll get that right after the mayor's mileage.
I made the motion, so.
Oh, Brian, yeah, I mean,
Yes.
on the mileage, Brian.
I'll second. Or did you already second?
Second.
Okay.
We're moving right along, baby. Now.
Slow down.
Councilman,
Okay. The only comment that I might have was on the sheet that went out, I don't know if you have at your office what the amount was. It had the mileage, but there was no amount, so.
For mileage, the mileage changed, yes, I'm sorry, I didn't write it down, it changed for.
Yeah, it went down almost a dime, so. Yeah.
Hey,
Government.
you the rest.
Okay, so we'll be sure and get that on there before you file it away.
Okay.
Go ahead and call for the vote.
Caleb Savitsky,
Yes.
Michelle Carpenter,
Yes.
Ricky Klein,
Yes.
Brian Smalling.
Yes.
Okay, and motion carries unanimously. And the next item is to go back and pick up a financial statement.
Make a motion, we approve the financial statement as printed.
Second.
We have a motion and a second that the financial statement be accepted as printed. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote.
Michelle Carpenter,
Yes.
Ricky Klein,
Yes.
Brian Smalling.
Yes.
Caleb Savitsky.
Yes.
Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. That is all the items that is on the agenda, and at this time, I'm going to ask for counsel and our attorney to go into a special executive session. So this meeting stands suspended for time. Thank you.
Kelly, did you print out the checks?
You make them all when you sign them.
Not last week.
Give me a break. Oh, y'all get some coffee since I'm out. Should have brought my water.
Call the meeting back to order. I would like to ask that we amend the agenda to add one more item, retirement of our chief of police.
Make a motion to amend the agenda.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to amend the agenda. Any discussion? All in favor of amending, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? Okay, motion carries. Our chief has presented his paperwork to retire from the city of Westmoreland as chief of police. We have sat down and negotiated a severance package for him. So I would like to present that at this point. He will be, because of circumstances, it will be effective, I guess, Saturday of this week. It will be pending a letter that will be written by our city attorney, drawing up the, would this be considered a contract as such? Or
Yes. Separation agreement.
Separation agreement, and in that agreement, there will be a payout to the chief of $10,000 to cover obvious items, and we will continue to furnish his health insurance until July 1st.
Make a motion to accept the terms of the agreement for signed off on.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept the terms of the agreement for retirement of our chief of police. Any other discussion? I'll call for the vote.
Brian Smalling,
Yes.
Caleb Savitsky,
Yes.
Michelle Carpenter. Yes. Ricky Klein.
Yes.
Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. We're looking for one more motion tonight.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.